When a player steps onto the court, there are moments that feel bigger than basketball. Moments where a single shot becomes more than just points on the board, it turns into a statement. That's exactly what happened when Caitlin Clark delivered a perfectly timed shot that felt like it wasn't just directed at her opponents, but at the entire WNBA authority. From the moment Caitlin Clark entered the league, expectations were sky-high. Fans packed arenas, networks fought for broadcast rights, and social media lit up every time she touched the ball. But with all the hype came scrutiny. Every decision, every play, and even every word was weighed not only as a reflection of her, but as a reflection of how the league should handle its new superstar. Some critics argued the pressure was unfair, while others believed she was strong enough to carry it. What nobody could deny, though, was that the spotlight on Caitlin Clark was brighter than anything the WNBA had seen in years. And in the middle of all that pressure, came the moment that would turn into one of the most symbolic shots of her young professional career. The score was close, the crowd was loud, and all eyes were on her. The WNBA's biggest rising star had the ball in her hands. She could have passed, she could have played it safe, but instead she pulled up with confidence. The ball left her fingertips with perfect arc, cutting through the air like a message. Swish. The arena erupted, but more importantly, the message landed. Caitlin Clark had just delivered a shot that felt perfectly timed, not only in the game, but in the conversation surrounding her and the league. Why was this shot so powerful? Because it represented something larger. Caitlin Clark has been navigating a tricky relationship with the WNBA authority. On one hand, she's their golden ticket, the player who fills seats, sells jerseys, and brings new fans into the league. On the other hand, she's been outspoken, competitive, and unafraid to show frustration when calls don't go her way or when league decisions seem inconsistent. That shot became symbolic of her saying, "I'm here to stay, and I'm not going to be controlled." It wasn't arrogance, it was a reminder that she's a generational talent who deserves respect. Fans immediately reacted online. Within minutes, clips of the play were circulating across every platform. Hashtags with her name trended worldwide. Comment sections were filled with people saying the same thing: this wasn't just another bucket, it was a statement. Some even joked that Caitlin Clark had just fired back at the WNBA authority without saying a word. Instead of an interview soundbite, she used her game to do the talking. And that's the beauty of her style. She doesn't just score, she commands attention with the way she scores. Whether it's a deep three, a no-look pass, or a clutch shot in crunch time, Caitlin Clark turns plays into moments. Every time she rises up, fans lean forward in their seats. Every time the ball goes through the net, the narrative around her gets louder. This perfectly timed shot was the latest example, and it made everyone stop and think, maybe the league needs her more than she needs the league. That idea struck a chord because it exposed the delicate balance of power. The WNBA authority has been working hard to grow the game, build its audience, and create long-term stability. But Caitlin Clark's star power has accelerated that growth in ways no marketing campaign ever could. Ticket sales jumped. TV ratings soared. Merchandise flew off shelves. Suddenly, conversations about the WNBA weren't confined to small sports circles, they were mainstream. And the driving force behind that wave was Caitlin Clark. So when she delivered a shot that looked like a direct response to the pressure placed on her, it felt like a reminder that the league needs to embrace her fully, not fight against her shine. Of course, not everyone agreed. Critics argued that it's dangerous to give one player too much influence. They pointed out that basketball is a team sport, and no individual should ever feel bigger than the league itself. But supporters fired back, saying the league has been waiting for a superstar like Caitlin Clark for decades. Why not let her be exactly that? Why not lean into the phenomenon she's created instead of trying to control it? That debate has only fueled more interest. Sports talk shows debated it. Fans argued over it. But one thing remained clear: Caitlin Clark has the unique ability to shift the conversation with a single play. And this perfectly timed shot proved it. What made it even more powerful was how natural it looked. There was no hesitation, no second guessing. Just pure confidence. It was the type of play that legends make, not only because of the mechanics, but because of the moment. It reminded longtime fans of iconic shots from the past, the ones replayed over and over in highlight reels. And now, Caitlin Clark had added her own moment to that tradition. In the days that followed, reporters tried to get her to explain what it meant. But in true Caitlin Clark fashion, she downplayed it, saying it was just about helping her team win. Yet fans knew better. They could feel the weight of it. They could sense the underlying message. This wasn't just about winning a game, it was about establishing her presence in the league and proving she's unafraid to challenge authority when necessary. For young players watching at home, the moment became inspirational. Here was someone who refused to be intimidated, even when the stakes were high. Here was someone who showed that you could speak loudly without even saying a word, just by letting your game do the talking. And that's why Caitlin Clark's perfectly timed shot continues to resonate long after the buzzer sounded. It wasn't just a bucket. It wasn't just 2 points. It was a declaration that she belongs at the top, that she can carry the weight of expectation, and that the WNBA's future is inseparably tied to her presence. Whether the authority embraces that or not, one thing is certain, Caitlin Clark has already changed the game, and every shot she takes is a reminder of the power she holds.